Hey everyone, it's Jake at Jake's Metal Chat. Hope you're all well. And for this video, I'm doing something a little different. And I've seen a lot of others within the metal YouTube community that have done this already and probably done a lot more than I have. And that is the metal tag. And this one is by Heavy Metallurgy. I looked at the questions and thought, I haven't done anything like this yet on my channel. And I thought I'd give it a go. And they have 20 questions for us within the metal community here on YouTube, and I thought, here we go, and I let's crack on. Question one, hype. Name a release you are eagerly anticipating in 2025, and that would be the new album from Disrupted. I heard two songs from that on Spotify. The two singles are out, and I just cannot wait for it. I think it's coming out sometime in February, if I remember. And I know Dylan said this on his Metal Tag video, but like him, I love my HM2 death metal and love my Swedish death metal overall. So yeah, that is definitely one on top of the list. I looked at a list of others that are coming out this year, and there's quite a lot, but that is definitely one on top of the list that I'm looking forward to the most. So question two is, show the 25th item LP CD, your choice in your collection. And I went with, and well, the one that was the 25th item in there in my LPs was Cavalier Schizophrenia. Love this. Intense death thrash, just intense. I didn't get to see him perform this live last year, but I did see him in 2023 do Bestial Devastation and Morbid Visions. I definitely would love to have seen this. Yeah, just really cool album. And I would have done the 25th item on my CDs, but all over the place in there at the moment. I'll have to just get that sorted out. And as for the cassettes, need to do the same thing, just alphabetize them and just get them all in that right order. But yeah, Cavalier, Schizophrenia, the 25th item in my LP collection, in my vinyl collection. Question three, overdue. So name an older band that you checked out for the first time in 2024 and loved, and that is Jaguar from here in Bristol. And I was trying to find more metal bands here in Bristol, like from back in the day, and I heard the debut album, and I just was like, why didn't I not check these guys out any sooner? I don't know why. It's beyond me why I didn't, and it's a bit daft on my end why I didn't. But I absolutely loved it. I do still love my heavy metal, my new wave of British heavy metal. Just love it because that's what got me into metal. But then I got more into thrash and death and black metal, doom metal, sludge metal, folk metal, you name it, and just went from there. And yeah, just got to go back to where it all began for me. And yeah, Jaguar really good. Number four is Feeding the Monkey. So how do you purchase most of your music? Local store, Bandcamp, specific online stores? So how do I normally purchase stuff? I do sometimes use Bandcamp. I've used 20 Bucks Spend, Gurgling Gore, and various other online stores to find albums. But primarily I use Black City Records here in Bristol. And because David, who runs the shop, will have a lot of the stuff that I'm looking for. And I mentioned Dragger earlier. He has that, and I need to go pick it up. So definitely need that. Um, but yeah, like mainly Black City Records. Like I said, I've used Bandcamp. I've used 20 Bucks Spin, Gurgling Gore. I've gone to record fairs and stalls around various different places in the UK and outside the UK to find stuff. And yeah, if I'm at a festival or gig and there's a stall there with CDs in there and there's a CD I want, I'm picking it up. Absolutely will just like, yeah, that's mine. But yeah, Black City Records is where I go the most. Number five, Enigma. Show a heavy metal album that musically is really hard to place in a heavy metal subgenre. I went with Conjurer. This is that album Pathos, and yeah, I really don't know how to place this because it says there's sludge post metal, but it can go very sludgy, very doomy, to very hardcore, to very melodic. It's just a very weird album, and well, just a weird style, and but they blend it all well, so it's kind of hard to place them in a heavy metal subgenre, but still really cool to listen to all the same. So Conjurer is definitely on that list. There's plenty of other bands that I can name that are hard to place in a heavy metal subgenre because they have so many different elements. But definitely Conjurer is in that list. Now, number six, question number six, Eating Crow. Talk about an album you used to hate, but after years it finally clicked and now you can't get enough of it. And the album that I went with, and I got this very recently from Black City Records, it is a first pressing, and I've seen this band a couple of times, seen them at Download, seen them at Sonisphere, and I never really checked their albums out. And the reason I got this one because it's got my favorite song on it, and I'm gonna start giving these guys more of a listen. That's Dream Theater and their album Images and Words, and I just couldn't get enough of this when I was listening to it for the first time. And so I was tidying my room, and I was tidying up my room, and was just totally getting into it, and it's just a really cool progressive metal album, just really cool, very jazzy as well. No one's checked out Dream Theater, then I would highly recommend going with this one first, or whichever one you come across more. And I think they got a new album coming out this year when I looked at that same list, so I'll give that a listen as well. So yeah, Dream Theater definitely. What's the other one? Number seven is Impulse. So show an album that you blind bought in 2024. And that's easy because I showed this in a cassette update from last year. I'll take the little sleeve off. Sharkles, Beyond Subconscious Realms, and just an intense album mixture of like black metal, some death metal, just a just a bit of everything in here, and released by Eggy Tapes. And they are playing Bristol this year, so I'm going to be going to see them definitely. So yeah, I looked at it and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna just buy it and give it a good all listen. And yeah, really cool album. And if you've not heard it, go and check it out. And yeah, just intense stuff. Number eight is Collector's Scum. Show a title that you own more than one pressing of on the same format. I actually don't own that many on the same format. I own two albums on different formats. So I own Oozing Radioactive Formation by Crypt Worm on CD and vinyl. Same with other the album before that, Seeping Mephitic Putridity on vinyl and CD. Coffin Malt's Spectral Indecision on vinyl and cassette. But apart from that, no, I don't own any of the on that same album on the same format. I did for a bit. I had two copies of The Fourth Crusade by Bolt Thrower because I thought I lost one. So I bought another one, but then ended up giving the one that I bought away. So now I only got the one copy. So if that was still the case, then yeah, I would have answered Bolt Thrower. But in terms of having two the same, no, no, I haven't got any on the same format. And if I did, like I said, it would have been Bolt Thrower. So number nine is Show Off a Grail, something you really wanted that you acquired in 2024, and I showed this as well. Death Symbolic. Just been looking for this for so damn long, and I finally got it in Black City Records, saw in a box of CDs, and I was just like, David asked if to ask how much it was going to cost, and it was a first pressing, and yeah, absolutely was like, nah, I'm not letting anyone else get this. I finally completed my Def collection, and I'm so happy I found this. So yeah, Def, Symbolic, love this. More on the progressive death metal side, but still a sick album all the same. So, question 10, and there's a lot I want I'm on the hunt for in terms of albums. It says a plea to the VCLT gods. So, what is a Grail item you are on the hunt for? There's a lot I can name, but one specifically because I got their second album, but I don't have this one, and that is Dance the Marble Naked by Enchantment. Love my Death Doom as well as my HM2, HM2 soaked death metal. Love that. But I also love Death Doom, and I've heard this album is incredible, and I'm just trying to find a copy, be it a reissue or an original pressing. It's just very hard to find. So if anyone's got an extra copy around or know somewhere I can get one, please hit me up because I'm looking for it. And there's so many more that I'm trying to find original pressings of as well, that of albums I already own. So yeah, that's definitely one. Number 11 is Boomerang album. So show an album that no matter how many times you purge it from your collection, another copy returns to you. So I used to have it, like I get rid of it and I get it back, and but I don't think I got any, to be honest. Like I said, the CD's a bit of a mess, but there's probably albums that I've gotten rid of and that I've gotten back. But at this moment in time, I got to clean that out, and then. But at this moment in time, I don't think I do. So yeah, that answers that question. Number 12 is reunion. So name an artist that you lost track of over time, but um reconnected with in 2024, and that is Bloodbath. Nightmares Made Flesh, great album. This is, but I guess I was listening to so many other new death metal bands and older death metal bands, and I just completely just stopped listening to these guys. I don't know why. And I started listening to them again very recently and just couldn't get enough. And I knew why I fell in love with this band in the first place. It's just heavy, heavy stuff. And of course, the song that got me into them is on here, and that's Eaten. So yeah, Bloodbath is the one that I reconnected with last year. Question 13, Upstart. So name a new band whose debut album really impressed you. The debut didn't have to come out in 2024, but recently, but I went with an album that came out 2 years ago from a Welsh black metal band called Offness, and their album Time Held Me Great and Dying. Love this album, just incredible atmospheric black metal. And I've shown this before, and I was just like, I have not been, I was just absolutely blown away by this. I was just so impressed with it because I've been trying to find more bands like atmospheric, be it death metal or black metal or heavy metal, power metal, symphonic, whichever has got very atmospheric. But when I hear atmospheric black metal, it's just like it clicks, and I love this stuff. But I also love like my really intense stuff like Dark Funeral. But I love the more atmospheric black metal style, and this album is incredible. If you've not heard it, go check it out. Just if you're more into atmospheric black metal, that's more up your street. Question 14, influencer. So show a band release that you bought in 2024 as a direct result of watching someone's videos. And I bought this because I've watched his videos a lot and he's in the band and I've had him on. And of course, it's Ryan and his band, Gravegour. Living Burial Ground, and I bought that just from watching his stuff, listening to this stuff, and from his channel, and it's just a solid release. And they are playing Dead of Winter Fest, which I am going to next week. I cannot wait for that. Just cannot wait to see these guys play live. They are playing live for the very first time. Yeah, so Ryan, it is a direct result of me buying this. So thank you very much for that, man. And if you've not heard it and you love your really like chuggy death metal, because there's a lot of chugs in here, and just and horror themed death metal, very cool was for you. Now, question 15 is don't judge a book by its cover. So is said to show a great album with bad artwork. And I wouldn't say this is bad artwork, it's just a little bit like I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I went with Scorn and The Solace. Great album. Love this album. Very industrial, heavy, like heavy industrial metal, and it's a solid album. Um, actually, inside of it, but I just don't know what's going on here. It's not, like I said, it's not a bad cover. It's just I don't know what I'm actually supposed to be looking at. It's just a little bit odd, a little bit weird, but overall, solid release. The Solace by Scorn, and that was the band that Mick Harris formed after leaving Napalm Death. Now, the next one is number 16, Rembrandt. So, let me just get a bit of a show an album whose cover art was created by one of your favorite artists. Now, I do love Dan Seagrave, and he's done a lot of my favorite artworks, so like an Overflowing Stream, Clandestine, um, Altars of Madness. I can go on forever. Of course, love Mark Reddick, not just because he did my logo and banner, just because his artwork is just incredible. But I went with Brad Moore, who has done artwork for various bands, one of which I'm going to show you. So Worm, he did this Worm for Everglade. Really incredible. He also did artwork for Tomb Molds, Manner of Infinite Forms, and Morpheus Descends, Ritual of Infinity. He did that album, and also did Coffee Malt's uh, Spectral Indecision as well. But yeah, definitely, I just love how cool and how eerie it can be as well. It's quite eerie at times, and it's just like you're going into some like weird psychedelic horror film or something. It's just incredible artwork, and I think these guys played last year here in the UK, if I remember, and I never got around to seeing it. Hopefully, they'll come back and I'll get to see them live. But yeah, definitely Brad Moore is a great artist. Love this artwork. Definitely love it. And I love that album. Now, what's this? Name an album. So this is question 17. Name an album that you would like to see reissued on vinyl or CD, your preferred media. So I picked one that I've mentioned on my Metal Vault series. Excuse me. And this is original pressing. It's carbonized full of security. I would love to see this on like a reissue vinyl. So like it's got a poster of this and a little booklet talking about the band, members of the band talking about um, the makings of the album and everything. And yeah, this is just a really intense album, like some really intense Swedish death metal, quite and also quite grindy as well. And I have that logo on the back of my jacket over there, which I need to sew one more patch on, and it's ready to go for next week. But yeah, definitely, I would love to see a reissue of this. Absolutely would love to see this reissued. Absolutely. And just checking that I have not missed the question. No, I have not. So yeah, question 18 is name an album from a genre you typically do not listen to very much. And when I do, I usually sometimes hang on, just move a sleeve because I'll put Worm back in there. I sometimes still listen to my classic rock, but I don't typically listen to it all the time because I'm more listening to like death metal and thrash and black metal and doom and folk metal. But when I do, I go back to listening to classic rock. One of my favorite albums is this. It's Fleetwood Mac Rumors. Just, a very just cool album, be very melodic. In some cases, it's like with some songs, like especially the chain, it like that last bit, it's kind of like, oh, this is kind of a punchy, heavy kind of a song like number, and definitely something I would listen to a lot. Especially I'll just like put on a few of the songs on here when I'm on my walk. But I think for one walk I go on to next, I'm just gonna play this whole album because it is just a solid release. So yeah, definitely Fleetwood Mac's Rumors, along with other albums like Kind of Magic by Queen and Brother in Arms by Dire Straits, definitely on that list as well. Question 19. What band do you hope to see live in 2025? And some of them are playing Dead of Winterfest. So Tenebro, Mutagenic Host, and Coffined, who the hell else? Repuked, yeah, quite a lot of bands on there I'm looking forward to seeing because I would have heard at least one song from each band. Um, I don't know who else I'm hoping to see this year because there's not been very many shows announced as of yet, but something will pop up and I'll end up posting something about it. But yeah, definitely Tenebro from Italy is one of the main bands I'm hoping to see. I will be seeing. But in terms of bands that I'm hoping to see, let's see what this year brings us and what comes up. Um, Now, question 20, and this is in closing, the closing question. Tell your viewers about two new, to me, YouTube channels you discovered in 2024, or just shout out two channels you enjoy. Um, Love Rogers channel did a video on his room lately of where he records his videos. Love his content and of course just just a really knowledgeable guy about metal. Same with S&T Yun, who I found his channel because he commented on one of my videos and subscribed to my channel, same as Roger did. And he's got albums that I don't even own yet, and I'm hoping to find. But definitely go check their channels out. And to give a shout out to Dylan HM2 Powell, who I will be seeing next week, along with the Death Doom Metalhead and Mark G with a C. And also to Melanie Loves Death Metal, give her a follow if you've not yet. I know I only said two, but there's so many I want to just get out there. And it's probably more I'm thinking of, but the ones I'm thinking of I'll have in the description below, and you can go check them out yourselves. And yes, that's it for my metal tag of this year. And I hope you enjoyed it and didn't mind me prattling on half of the time, which I normally do. Uh, yeah, enjoyed doing this video, enjoyed the questions. Um, Loved it. Just really like doing this video, and I hope to do more of these again in the future. So thank you all again for all the support you've given me over the years. Thank you for clicking on my videos as always. And I've been Jake of Jake's Metal Chat. You keep that banner of metal well and truly high, and I will see you all in the next one. Do take care of yourselves.